talking Cougar cross-country teams with the head coach Tim Cornell in the second year of the Cougar programs. I think the last time we got together here a few weeks ago, I asked you the difference between year one, which had some huge successes, and year two, as you continue to learn as a cross-country coach at the collegiate level. Has that changed? Has there been some new things as you move from the pre-nationals to that mid-states? Talk a little bit about how this team has grown and progressed.
Sure. I think we're coming together really well as a team. We've had some injuries on both sides that have forced us to go deep into the team. And anytime that you're forced to go to somebody who hasn't been in a top five before, then that person has to grow and step up to a new challenge. And for the most part, we've responded really well to that challenge. So I'm excited to see how everybody races on Friday.
The NAIA Mid-States meet, we had talked about the pre-nationals back in Lawrence to kind of preview what will happen at the national event on the 23rd if your Cougars can get there. What was the Mid-States event like outside of Wichita?
It's a great event. It's a very regionally focused meet. So teams from Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Arkansas are all gathering. And it's really a collection of the top 25 teams in that region trying to beat each other out for those at-large berths to the national championships if they don't end up winning their conference.
And again, this was kind of the reverse. You had the full ladies team, but not the full men's team. Lindsay and Emily Schultz were right there in the top 10, both of them.
Yeah, both of them had tremendous races, 7th and 8th place, both personal bests on that course. It was pretty flat, pretty dry all day, so it was really perfect conditions for racing. But at the same time, they stepped up to the challenge and ran really, really good races. And it wasn't just them. We had a freshman, Maggie Noble, step up and run a personal best for her at 18:43 and show that she's ready to compete at the conference and national level as well.
At this point now, it's like a snowball effect when you get a freshman especially that has good performances like that, just like a three-point shooter or anybody at any position. Really, they start getting locked in and they can feed off the success of the elderclassmen and build that team momentum down the stretch here.
Absolutely, and we're such a young team on both sides, really. We have nobody who's been running consistently for 2 years. We have a couple kids who are seniors in terms of academics, but in terms of their running age and their running careers, they're very young. So it's exciting to see them grow and grow by leaps and bounds at this point.
And again, as you prepare for the conference meet, explain how the layout of that is. Is it the same for the men and women? What's the differences in the distance in the layout of how the course will be set up out at Cosmo Park?
Yeah, the men are going to run 8,000 meters, and their course is a 4-loop course of 2K loops. So they'll do that 2K loop 4 times. The women are going to run that same 2K loop twice with a 1K loop at the beginning, and it's made up of the majority of the 2K loop. We just cut them off a little bit short. So 1K, 2K, 2K for the ladies, and 2K 4 times for the guys.
I'm exhausted just trying to think that in my head.
It's a long way.
Do you cut through the playground and go down the orange and yellow slide at all?
We didn't think of that,
no?
but we should have.
All right, that'd be maybe a fun run or something to add, add separate to the event. Now, what the coaching yourself? I mean, where are you on? We all know where Bob Burchard is on the sideline. He's pacing up and down the bench and getting some Diet Coke in between timeouts. Where are you at? Free plug, Diet Coke. There you go. Where are you at as far as in a cross-country meet? You've got your athletes on the course. Where is Tim Cornell?
Tim Cornell's all over the place. So I like to try and be at as many places as possible to give positive support to the runners and really encourage them to execute the race that we've talked about. It gets to a point in a cross-country race where it's hard to focus for 18, 19, 20, 25 minutes if you're a guy. And inevitably, we're going to lose focus. So getting those kids to refocus and focus on really passing the people in front of them and picking up seconds where they can is a huge opportunity. So if I can be at those places where they might not see a family member or they might not see somebody from our athletic department to really pep them up, then that's something that I can do.
Can you strategically place those family members? Hey, Aunt Jean, you're going to be at mile 1, so on and so forth. I mean, other staff on your team that helps with that, that's part of the strategy just as much as it is the running, because it goes back to that mental side of the athlete being prepared to fight through those down times in the middle of their run.
Right. Well, and I've got a great assistant coach. Her name's Laura Harris, and she gets all the mile marks so that I can get out there and be at a few different spots. So she's taking down times, giving me encouragement at those traditional sites. And then I try and be at the places where nobody else is at so that they can hear me and we can further execute that race plan. this will be a little bit different meet. We always have parents who come out and support us, but we'll have a few more fans out on Friday. And it's really a fairly compact course, so we should be able to have people all over it and giving our athletes encouragement.
I think that's, and I'm certainly not a runner, but obviously home crowd advantage, no matter what your sport is. We've seen it with the huge crowds in the bleachers out at soccer games and volleyball matches where you can hardly hear yourself inside Southwell Complex. That obviously when you've got a sport like cross country, which in a lot like when we talk with Coach Utley at the golf, it's individual performance, but it equals to the team total.
Sure, and there's a tremendous sense of pride in that. And we know that we're at home. We know that it's a Columbia College event, and we have that same pride that we would have if we were playing basketball on the court or playing volleyball on the court. We want to have the success come to us because it's at home, and we want to share that with our fans and family and friends.
And you get that opportunity again this weekend, and all the information on the Columbia Cougars on the cross country teams on the website at columbiacougars.com. What happens after because after the national tournament in late November, there's other times later in the year where you still run in the spring in different events. How does that factor into the scheduling, and how does that work?
Sure. We'll transition to indoor and outdoor track with the distance athletes. We want to give them that opportunity. It's really a year-long sport for them. We run almost every day of the year, so we have strategic times when we take some time off, but we're training year-round to become better runners, not only for cross country, but once we hit the track in the spring.
So at that point, then you'll enter meets in different levels and basically just enter the distance events.
Yeah, we're a track team. We just don't have sprinters, jumpers, and throwers.
I think we can get a shot putter in here somewhere. Can
Yeah.
we? Just one guy.
Yeah, we don't need it.
Bob, we're adding an 8th team. I don't know if you know that yet, but we've decided we'll find a shot putter. Well, good luck. Congratulations on, again, Columbia College hosting the AMC event. It's going to be a special moment in the early process of this brand new team. And I know you're excited. I know the ladies and guys are also excited to get out there and run at home.
Thanks so much.
And then good luck at the Nationals, because I think we're winning. We'll see. Again, all about cross country, ColumbiaCougars.com. Tim Cornell, thank you. All right, have a great Thanksgiving as well. And thanks for watching Cougar Coaches Show here on MediaCom Channel 22.